There we go. Ugh. So we are facing what I would call a judicial coup. We have dozens upon dozens of judges issuing temporary restraining orders against the president just because they don't like his policies. They want him to allow them to change his policies, which is crazy. They don't have the authority to do that. And I watched the hearing this morning on this in the Senate, and it looks like the Senate is going to do something to change it. Maybe. I know what needs to be done, but I can't say that we can count on them to do the right thing, if you know what I mean. What needs to be done is district courts need to only address the parties that are right before them and not do these nationwide BS injunctions that stop like the president from doing anything nationwide. That's just crazy in my view. And it needs to come to a complete stop. Just like, yeah, these people saying that Elon can't recover deleted items. I thought, bullshit. If anybody can do it, he can. He's got some of the best and the brightest um, computer minds working for him. When Trump was just announcing the reciprocal tariffs that will take place, that will start at midnight tonight, and I agree with him 100%. We have companies like Japan and South Korea that are supposed to be our friends that charge us, like Japan charges a 700% tariff on rice. Any rice that we buy from Japan, they charge us a 700% tariff. I think that's how that works. No, it's 700% tariff on any rice we want to sell to them. They charge us 700%. That's kind of ridiculous. It's like Trump said. He said, if you come and build a plant and sell your product here, zero tariff. And Lee Iacocca said today that he didn't ever think that he would see a president with the courage and guts to do what's right for the automobile industry, to charge others tariffs, to charge us tariffs, and get companies to build here. They said that today, that Lee Iacocca said that yesterday, and I thought Lee Iacocca was dead. I guess not. He was one of the great. Um, mines at Chrysler Motors for decades. And before Trump, when Trump first came on, he had a guy named Brian. I thought so. I thought he had passed away. And they said he was talking yesterday. And it's like, I'm pretty sure he's dead. If he's talking to you, you got a problem. Yeah, I knew. I thought that he was close to 90 when he was in his 90s, rather, when he passed away. But Trump is doing the right thing. Yeah, could be his son. Maybe his son said that his dad died believing that this day would never happen or something like that. Could have meant. But the guy that he had at the White House from the UAW said that in Michigan, by the three automakers, there are 69 plants that are shut down. Yeah, but then he went from Ford over to Chrysler and was a huge success at Chrysler. But the guy, the guy's name was Brian that was talking with Trump at the White House. And he said in Michigan, by the three automakers, there are 69 plants that used to be open and operational that are shut down. I knew there was a lot of them, but I didn't realize 69. Yeah, car prices need to come down is right. It's it's pretty disgusting. And some of it is fake bullshit regulations. I call them fake, but like the diesel pickups and diesel trucks have to have this blue DEF stuff to run. Diesel motors ran for decades and decades without that crap. It was all a way to squeeze America out of extra money. I remember I was a truck driver when that stuff started, and it put some trucking companies out of business because the uh, setup to make it blue def was like $25,000 per truck. And guys that had 10 trucks that were owner operators, they couldn't afford $25,000 per truck. That's $250,000. There's a guy that I follow, TK's Garage on YouTube. He uh, he says that there, depending on the regulations, that Blue Death deletes will start happening. I thought, I hope so, because it's a huge cost. That Blue Death is like $10 a gallon, and if you have to fill up the Blue Death tank, it takes like 5 or 6 gallons. It used to be more money, but it's extra BS because for decades and decades, trucks didn't need it. Now they have that regen crap where if you run your truck too much, it goes into regen mode and you can't drive it. And yeah, I used to drive a truck. I followed the law, but there are a lot of them out there that skirt the law. And now something that I disagree with that they did is they put cameras at all truck scales. And if you miss a scale, instead of the trooper chasing you down and bringing you back, they just take a picture of you and send it to you in the mail, which that trooper should have to go chase you down and bring you back and bring you across the scale. That's the kind of BS I think needs to stop. And a lot of companies have gone to electronic logs where your logbook is built into your GPS, and every time you stop, it notes where that you stopped, where you stopped, how long you were there. And a lot of drivers like that, but I never liked my company knowing where I was every second and what I was doing, because my job is get it from point A to point B in as short a time as possible and as safely as possible. But a lot of these regulations needs to be erased. Congress can throw their hissy fit on, oh, we put that on there, blah blah blah. Well, stick it. There's too much regulation. Our country is being strangled by regulations. And these idiots at the mainstream media. Yeah, a lot of people are just watching YouTube so that they can pick and choose what they want to watch and not have to put up with the fake narrative from regular TV. Yeah, I started saying our country is being strangled by regulations. Every time you add regulations, you're slowing down your workforce. Well, I agree we need to be safe, but we also need to put out products. Well, that's good for Bristol Palin. The ticker just said that Palin celebrated 1 year of being sober. That's good. Anybody that can go sober, I congratulate them because that's not an easy thing. Not easy to go sober like that. Well, I have members of my family that drink and are okay, and I've had members of my family that drink that can't handle their liquor. So I understand both sides. Well, that's what I got for you today. I will be back tomorrow. We'll be back at our regular time tomorrow at noon my time, 2 Eastern. Yeah, it can do damage to the liver, but yeah, I hope so too. There need to be arrests. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now. Yeah, 11 Pacific, which is noon my time. Take care now.